Picture this. It's 11:47 p.m. Your office is dark except for the glow of a laptop screen. Now 12 browser tabs are open. A half-written prompt is blinking at you, and your phone lights up. New AI tool notification. This one will 10x your business. Try it free for 30 days. You watch the demos. You skim the comments. You save a dozen posts you'll never even see again. And somehow, your to-do list didn't get shorter. Your decisions didn't get clearer. If anything, the noise got louder.
And here's what nobody tells you in that moment. You're not overwhelmed by AI. You're overwhelmed by decisions.
Exactly, because the world told you that every tool is a must-have. Everyone else is ahead. If you don't adopt now, you'll be left behind.
But here's the part that's been missing from the conversation.
AI isn't the problem.
A missing strategy
Is the problem. Hello, and welcome back, my fellow entrepreneurs. I'm Kim, your host of Small Business Big AI, the podcast that helps you turn AI from overwhelming noise into a technology-enabled superpower. And joining me as always is my husband, business partner, and really the guy who keeps me honest about what actually works in the real world, Hal. Hey, welcome back, Hal.
Kim, I gotta say, that cold open, that was me last Tuesday, 11:30 p.m., 17 tabs open.
So, what were you researching now?
Project management AI tools. And somehow, I ended up watching a demo for software that tracks employee eye movement.
Wait, what? Like productivity surveillance or something?
I have no idea. I don't even remember clicking on it. That's how deep the rabbit hole goes. One minute, you're trying to fix your scheduling problem. The next, you're learning about blink rate analytics.
Okay, so did you subscribe, Hal?
No comment.
Okay, Hal.
Let's just say the free trial expired before I even logged in, which honestly proves my entire point today.
Well, and that's exactly why we are doing this episode. Because, if we're feeling this and we literally teach this stuff, then imagine what it's like for the restaurant owner or the contractor, even, other consultants who are just trying to keep their business running.
So today, we're hitting the brakes. We're cutting through the noise, and we're giving you something most AI content never does.
A filter. A way to decide what matters and what doesn't.
And here's what you'll learn in the next 27 minutes.
How to stop AI overwhelm using 3 simple questions.
When to say no to AI tools, even when everyone else is using them.
And what business fundamentals to fix before you automate anything.
How to choose AI tools that actually increase profit, not just productivity.
And the best way to measure AI ROI in one workflow.
No hype, no guilt, no 12-step frameworks.
Just clarity, just direction, just one small step toward building that technology-enabled superpower.
Let's get into it.
All right, let's start with something that most business owners, they never admit. At least they're not going to admit it out loud. And it's not the technology that's exhausting. It's the decisions.
Okay, the decisions? But break that down for me, because I think a lot of our listeners are thinking, no, Kim, it's definitely the technology. I don't understand half of what these tools do.
Well, I get it, Hal. But think about it this way. Before AI, you had maybe 5 major categories to manage, maybe customers, marketing, operations, team, and profit.
The fundamentals?
Yeah, exactly, the fundamentals. And now every one of those categories has 50 new micro choices, and they all come wrapped in urgency and pressure and fear of missing out.
So suddenly, every decision feels like the proverbial fork in the road.
I mean, right. I mean, should I automate this? Should I use tool A or tool B? Will my competitor use this first? Will this make my team obsolete?
And here's what I see happening with our clients. They're making those decisions without a strategic filter, which means every tool gets equal weight and equal anxiety.
And that's exactly it. So, this is what we call decision fragmentation. I mean, it's when your brain is pulled in 20 directions at once with no prioritization system to hold it all together.
Interesting term, decision fragmentation.
Yeah, it's like trying to run a marathon while also jogging and answering emails and building a website all at the same time, Hal.
That's what AI feels like without strategy.
Yeah, and it leads to two predictable outcomes: overwhelm or inaction disguised as research.
Oh, yeah, the research trap. I'm just going to watch one more tutorial.
And meanwhile, 3 hours later,
Still haven't implemented anything.
I mean, right. So here's the insight: business owners think they have a tech problem, but they actually have a decision architecture problem.
Say more about that.
Well, decision architecture is the framework you use to evaluate options. And most owners don't have one, so every tool feels equally important and every opportunity feels equally urgent.
Which is why they freeze.
Exactly. And once you understand that, once you see that the issue isn't AI itself, the overwhelm begins to lose its grip.
Okay, so let's talk about the enemy hiding in plain sight. The thing that steals the momentum from every ambitious business owner listening right now.
Well, it's the tool treadmill, or as I like to call it, the AI tool graveyard.
Ooh, the AI tool graveyard? I know that place well.
Hey, Hal, we all do.
Yeah, it's got a whole section. So walk us through this cycle because I think everyone experienced this, but they don't realize it's a pattern.
Right. It's a pattern. So let me show you how it goes. A new tool appears. You watch a demo. Your curiosity spikes and you install it or subscribe. And you try it once. Life gets busy and then it fades into the graveyard of tools I'll get to later.
It's like a digital cemetery, rows and rows of forgotten dashboards.
Yeah, Asana, Monday, ClickUp, Notion,
That's one AI voice tool I swore would change everything.
the Chrome extension you installed at 2 a.m.
The Zapier workflow that triggered once?
Yeah, right. And the emotional hangover then hits. It's like, why can't I stick with this? Everyone else seems to be using AI better than me.
But here's a thought, and this is where Kim and I actually disagree a little.
Oh,
You're not failing the tool is failing your reality. Kim thinks most business owners need better discipline around implementation. I think most tools are just badly designed for actual small business workflows.
okay. Yes. So both can be true at the same time, Hal. I mean, tools can be poorly designed and we can be poor at choosing which problems actually need a tool in the first place. I mean, because Hal, remember, tools don't fix chaos. They don't fix misalignment. They don't fix unclear priorities or broken workflows. In fact, tools actually make those problems louder.
I agree. They add notifications, they add dashboards, they add options, they add more decision points, and trick you into thinking you're making progress.
But it's actually just accelerating the feeling of inadequacy.
Fair. So, where does that leave our small business big AI listeners?
Right here with us, about to learn the 3-question filter that'll save you from tool chaos and help you build a strategy that actually fits your business. Join our growing community of small business owners who are using AI to transform their businesses. Subscribe and be part of the conversation.
Okay, so if tools aren't the answer, what is?
Strategy. A strategy that tells you when to say yes, when to say no, and when to say not right now.
And that's where the filters come in.
Exactly. But actually, before we get there, Hal, I want to pause and address something because I know some listeners, they're thinking, Kim, Hal, are you saying I shouldn't use AI tools?
We're not saying you shouldn't use AI tools. We're saying you shouldn't use them randomly.
Right. So AI is incredibly powerful, but only when it's aligned with what your business actually needs right now.
Not what's trending, not what everyone else is doing, what you need based on where you are.
Right. And that brings us to the framework.
All right, Kim, here's where you give listeners their moment of breathing room.
Yes, because a strategy is not a 98-page document. It's not even a 5-year forecast. And it's definitely not a stack of AI tools.
A strategy is simply knowing what matters most and ignoring what doesn't.
So, we're going to introduce the 3-question AI strategy filter. This is what pulls you out of chaos and into clarity.
Question 1.
Does this tool directly support my number one priority?
Not all your priorities, just one that matters this month.
And this is where a small business transformation model toggle menu becomes powerful. It forces you to pick one focus area like margin or cash flow, maybe time back, overhead, team health, or owner freedom.
If a tool doesn't support your current toggle, it's just noise.
Period. You don't need it. You don't even need to evaluate it. You just move on.
Question 2.
Will my team actually use it within the next 14 days?
Not eventually, not after training, not once we finish Q4.
So if adoption isn't immediate, it's dead weight. It's costly for a small business.
And here's why this question is so important. Most tools fail not because they're bad, but because they require behavior changes that nobody has capacity for.
Right. You're asking people who are already maxed out to learn something new, remember to use it, and change their habits.
That's a huge ask.
Oh, you are so right about that, Hal. So if the tool requires more than 15 minutes of onboarding and doesn't solve an urgent pain point, it's not the right time.
Question 3.
Can I measure success in one workflow?
Not the whole company, not 12 dashboards, just one workflow with a clear before and after.
So, for example, our follow up emails used to take 3 hours a week. Now they take 20 minutes.
That's measurable.
Yes, and this filter removes 80% of the overwhelm instantly.
Because without it, every tool looks shiny and exciting.
But with it, 90% of them disappear.
Okay, let's test this. I'm going to throw out a scenario and you walk me through how someone would use the filters.
Oh, love it. So hit me, Hal.
Let's say I'm a contractor. I keep hearing about AI scheduling tools like everywhere. My Facebook feed, my email, my podcast ads. Pretty sure my HVAC guy mentioned one last week.
Okay, did he though?
No, but it felt like it. The point is, I'm drowning in "you need this" messages. Everyone's saying I need AI scheduling. How do I use the filter to figure out what is actually or if it's actually true?
I mean, yeah, that's a great example. Okay, so let's revisit question one. So, does this tool support my number one priority? Now, let's say your current toggle is time back. That's what you want. And you're drowning in admin work.
Okay, so scheduling could support that. Check.
Okay, check. Now, question two. Will my team actually use it within 14 days? Do you have someone who's frustrated enough with the current scheduling process that they'll champion this change?
Maybe not. My office manager is already overwhelmed.
Well, then, red flag.
Right. So even though it passes question one, it fails question two.
Exactly. And here's the relief that's okay. It doesn't mean the tool is bad.
It means now isn't the right time.
Bingo. The filter just saved you from spending money, time, and emotional energy on something that wasn't going to work.
And save me from my HVAC guy's judgment.
Exactly.
That's powerful.
Right. And this is where strategy becomes a relief because now you're not second guessing yourself. You're not wondering if you're missing out. You have a clear framework. All right, it's time for one of my favorite segments, Coffee Table Conversations with Kim and Hal. Now, this is where we ditch the jargon and get real about strategies that help your small business.
You know what's funny? We call this coffee table conversations, but I'm drinking tea.
Oh, you're such a rebel.
It's herbal though, very soothing.
Okay, and that's because we're about to talk about the thing that gives every business owner anxiety.
Exactly. A lot of listeners are going to hear this filter and think, okay, great strategy, Kim and Hal, but I still feel pressure to keep up. What if my competitors adopts AI first and I lose the market share?
And that's a very real fear. And I'm not going to dismiss it with some guru nonsense like, just trust the process.
Manifest your AI strategy.
Right. Or visualize the automation.
No, competition matters.
But how? Here's the thing. Your competitor adopting a tool doesn't automatically mean they're using it well.
Oh, say more.
I mean, think about how many businesses jumped on social media 10 years ago. They created these accounts, they posted randomly, then they got frustrated and they gave up.
Because they didn't have a strategy.
Exactly. So the same thing is happening with AI right now. I mean, tons of businesses are adopting tools, but they're not getting results because there's no alignment.
So the real competitive advantage isn't adopting first,
It's adopting strategically.
which means the business owner who watches, who uses the filters, who picks the right tool for the right workflow at the right time.
And that's the business that's going to win.
Because they're building a technology-enabled superpower, not just collecting software subscriptions.
Exactly. And that's the mindset shift we need our listeners to make. Ready to unlock the power of AI for your small business? Well, don't just listen. Become a small business big AI insider. Subscribe and get ready to dominate. All right, before we wrap up, I want to lift the curtain on something really important here. So, everything we've talked about today, the filter, the strategy, the framework, it's all rooted in the same transformation arc that we teach inside SBTM 2.0.
And for those who don't know, SBTM stands for Small Business Transformation Model. It's a signature program for owners who are done reacting and ready to lead.
And here's the thing that most people don't understand about AI adoption.
It doesn't fix broken businesses.
No, it scales whatever you already are.
Oh, say that again?
Okay, AI doesn't fix a broken business. It scales whatever you already are. Now, if your systems are chaotic, then AI amplifies the chaos. If your priorities are unclear, AI multiplies the confusion.
But if your foundation is solid,
Then AI becomes a lever.
so inside SBTM, we don't start with the tools. We start with the foundation, and we do it in a 4-stage manner. Stabilize, systematize, scale, prosper.
And here's what makes it different from every other AI program out there. We let you define what prosper means.
Wait, explain that? Because I think that's the part where people miss.
Okay, you're right. So most programs tell you what success looks like, right? I mean, hit 7 figures, 10x your revenue, or build a team of 50.
The startup hustle narrative.
Exactly. But what if your vision of prosperity is working 20 hours a week? Or what if it's keeping your small team small and your margins high? Or what if it's building something you can sell in 5 years?
Those are all valid.
Right, they're all valid and they all require different strategies. So inside SBTM, we use what we call the toggle menu. It's 6 priorities: margin, cash flow, time back, overhead, team health, and owner freedom.
And you pick one, just one, to focus on each quarter.
Right, because when you know your toggle, then you can evaluate AI tools with clarity. I mean, does this support my current priority? Yes or no?
No more decision fragmentation.
No more tool treadmill or AI tool graveyard. Just alignment, just momentum.
And that's what we mean when we say SBTM is about building a technology-enabled superpower. It's not about collecting tools.
It's about choosing the right tool for the season that you're in.
Which is exactly what we've been talking about the entire episode.
We've come full circle, Hal, full circle.
So if today's conversation made you think, Kim, Hal, I need this type of clarity across my entire organization,
Then SBTM might be exactly what you're looking for. Now, we'll talk more about how to connect with us in just a minute.
but first, let's bring this home with this small step.
Right. If today's episode stirred something in you, maybe relief, clarity, maybe even a spark of recognition, then hear this next part clearly.
You're not behind.
You're not failing.
You're not late to the AI game.
You've been trying to make good decisions inside a noisy, accelerated world that keeps piling on more options, more opinions, and more must-have tools.
But overwhelm is not the verdict.
It's a signal. It's a signal that your business is ready for alignment. It's ready for simplicity. It's ready for strategy that actually fits the season that you're in.
And here's what I want you to understand. AI isn't a shortcut. It's not a replacement. And it isn't a magic wand.
AI is leverage.
And leverage only works when the foundation underneath it is steady.
So let me repeat this. You have not missed your moment. You're not too late or behind.
Even if Gary V's Instagram makes you feel that way.
Right. Or even if your cousin's startup just raised $3 million and their whole pitch was AI-powered disruption.
Even if LinkedIn is full of people who claim they're using 17 AI tools simultaneously while also running marathons and writing books.
I mean, right. Those people, they're not telling the truth.
Or they have a staff.
Or both. So the point is, your moment begins the second you stop chasing tools and start choosing with intention.
And that brings us to the small step.
Now, I want to give you something simple, something doable today, not a workflow overhaul, not a new subscription, and definitely not a 30-day challenge.
Just one small step that leads to big change.
And here it is. I want you to pick one workflow in your business that creates the most friction and give it a name.
That's it?
That's it. Give it a name like customer follow-up, estimate to invoice, or employee scheduling, maybe appointment confirmations or new lead intake.
Name it, write it down, say it out loud.
I mean, because once you name the workflow, then you can start asking the right questions.
What outcomes do I want? What parts are repetitive? What parts are messy? What part slows everything else down?
Or even, what would this look like if it were simpler?
And then, only then, does AI enter the conversation.
So you don't begin with tools, you begin with clarity. You begin with the friction point that's costing you energy, time, margin, or momentum.
This is how overwhelm fades.
And this is how strategy emerges.
And this is where transformation actually begins.
So here's your homework. Before you go to bed tonight, write down one workflow, just one.
And if you're feeling brave, share it with us. Send Kim or me a DM on LinkedIn or Facebook. Tell us what you named.
Because when you name it, you own it. And when you own it, you can change it.
Okay, real talk for a second. Let's talk about what happens if you don't do this. If you keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, because I think we owe listeners the full picture, Hal.
If you keep chasing tools without a strategy, here's what the next 12 months look like. More subscriptions you don't use, more time spent researching instead of implementing, more guilt every time you see another AI post and think, I should be doing that.
And more money spent on tools that don't deliver ROI.
More friction with your team because you keep introducing new systems that nobody adopts.
And the worst part, you still feel like you're falling behind.
Because the tool treadmill never stops. There will always be a new tool, a new feature, a new must-have.
But here's the flip side. Here's what happens when you do use the filter.
You start making confident decisions. You stop second-guessing yourself. You pick tools that actually move the needle.
Your team trusts your leadership because you're not constantly pivoting.
You measure results. You see progress. You build momentum.
And instead of feeling overwhelmed by AI, you start to feel empowered by it.
Because you've turned it into a technology-enabled superpower.
And that's the future we want for every listener.
So let's circle back to where we started. Remember that moment at 11:47 p.m.? The 12 browser tabs, the blinking cursor, the half-written prompt?
That moment doesn't have to define your relationship with AI.
Because now you have a simple 3-question filter, a framework, a strategy, a way forward.
So the next time you see a must have AI tool, you're going to simply ask 3 questions.
Does this support my number one priority?
Will my team actually use it within 14 days?
Can I measure success in one workflow?
And if the answer to any of those is no, you're going to close that tab. You're going to let it go, and you're going to feel good about it.
Because you're not behind, you're strategic.
You're not missing out. You're choosing with intention.
And that's how you build a business that doesn't just survive the AI era,
but thrives in it. Now that's it for today's episode of Small Business Big AI. Thanks so much for tuning in.
If this episode helped you, do us a favor. Share with another business owner who's feeling overwhelmed. Let's turn AI anxiety into AI confidence, one listener at a time.
And remember, we're here with you every step of the way. So drop us a link in the comments or DM us on LinkedIn or Facebook.
Until next time, keep embracing change, keep innovating, and remember,
the future of your business is bigger than you think. And the steps you take today will shape the legacy you build tomorrow. Now, I'm Kim.
And I'm Hal. And this has been
Small Business Big AI. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you in the next episode.